Hi, Marcus. My name is Amanda DeMario. I'm actually contacting you. Not that I have a particular business that is established, but I am a fan of yours on The Profit. I watch a lot of Shark Tank, and I've spent the last several years actually absorbing everything having to do with business ideas, tactics, strategies. I don't have the credentials as far as education to back me up, nor do I have the resources. But what I was asking you is if you could give me 30 minutes or less of your time to let me know, either to guide me in a certain direction or to give me advice or to let me know if what ideas I have are something that can be established into a business. Um, as I said, I've spent the last several years kind of absorbing everything having to do with business and being an entrepreneur and things like that. Life has kind of gotten in the way. I'm a single mother. I don't really have a whole lot of family or support. I am by myself. I overcame a really horrendous health issue a couple years ago that kind of put me down, and I'm kind of just now getting back on my feet. I currently work in a field where it's loss prevention. I do loss prevention for home insurance companies, and I like that job. It allows me flexibility, and I can kind of work at my own pace. Um, let's see. Like I was saying, I've read tons of books having to do with business and leadership. Here's one about strength and leadership. Um, Debt cures. I know this is kind of a joke. Susie Orman is actually one of my favorites. I love her. I watch her show. Um, I've done financial peace, and basically with that, over the last several years, when I started trying to absorb everything having to do with business, I realized that I had to get my values straight. I had to become a good steward of not only money, but relationships, people, the world, the things around me. Um, and so the last several years have been stepping stones to where I am today emotionally, because there's a lot of emotional boundaries in business that you have to overcome. You have to believe that you have the ability to run a company, have the assertiveness, the discipline, but also have the characteristics, character, integrity. I know you talk about that a lot on your show. The one book that actually kind of pushed me into this ideas and ways of thinking is actually this book. I have read this book twice. Um, my first read was about 8 years ago, and that kind of started, this subsequent events of me trying to want to engage and get into business. Um, Little bit embarrassing. In 2008, my mother passed away and left me a little bit of money. Well, one of my joys is riding motorcycles. And I'm a very aggressive rider. I ride very large motorcycles, street bikes. And when I had this little bit of money, I decided to use what I could to propel myself into a business. But I wanted to do multiple marketing strategies. Um, Napoleon Hill's book is actually the thing that pushed me into that. This is a little cheesy, don't laugh, okay? But in 2008, I decided to actually create a website for females such as myself, because it was an up and coming sport for females, to start riding. I mean, when I started riding 15 years ago, a female riding a street bike was unheard of. Anyway, so I started this website, and this is what it was called, Rocket Femmes, and that's me on my motorcycle, as you can see. And what I was going to do was actually promote a line of clothing, of motorcycle clothing. At the time, well, actually still is, Icon is the biggest brand in the motorcycle industry for street riders. Well, Johnny Rocket is the business or the company that's right under it. So my idea was to create a line of motorcycle wear, because it looks pretty on women, but that's for women who ride on the back. It's not functional, and it's not acceptable for people such as myself that ride. And I'm very petite. I have a curvaceous body, but I'm 5'2". I'm 112 pounds, and from footwear to helmet, it just was not functional. So I had actually contacted Danielle, who was the designer for Johnny Rocket. I had corresponded with her several times through email about maybe getting in touch with her, as far as coming up with some kind of line that would be functional for someone like myself. Be able to market that on the website, but yet still do exactly what I love to do and make money at it. Well, that idea kind of went out the window. I didn't have the backing. I didn't have, you know, people who were knowledgeable in business in my life at the time. And so it kind of went south. And a year later, I found out that I had this illness. So that put everything on hold. Well, now that I've been well for 2 years now, and I'm living a life where I don't feel like this is my life. This should not be my lot in life. I feel like I'm meant for so much more. And so I'm contacting you. And, you know, if you can give me even 15 minutes of your time to tell me if maybe something that I have could be established into a business, I would really appreciate that. Right now, where I am, I just recently read Napoleon Hill's book again. So I came up with a marketing plan, a mobile marketing plan for motorcycles. And so this is my new endeavor, to actually basically wrap a motorcycle, contract a year for some major company, guarantee going to events, promoting this product, and not to mention probably 4 times out of the week they're getting free advertisement. Well, my idea on it wasn't to be paid, but just simply to be able to have a motorcycle, because that is my love, that is my joy, but I'm not financially well off enough to be able to purchase my own motorcycle. Well, what I have come across over the last several years when I've ridden, the only promoting company for insurance that shows up at any motorcycle event has been Progressive. No other company I've seen. So my idea was to actually go to a competing company such as Geico or State Farm, Allstate, and guarantee a contract and show up at events, promote. I don't have a problem speaking in front of people. I love the crowd, you know, and doing this. But it's so out of my league, I don't know where to start to be able to put it down, to get paid for it, to provide it as a service. So that's kind of where I'm at. And I was wondering if you could just spend a few minutes and just kind of tell me if I can go in what direction. So I really appreciate your time. I know that you're busy. You have a lot of companies that you're running. But anyway, I would love to hear from you. You can reach me by email. My last name is DeMario, and that's DAMARIO. Amanda, AMANDA, @yahoo.com, or you can give me a call, 850-687-7266. Thanks so much, and I hope you have a great day.